Royce Lewis hurting the Blue Jays. Where have we seen that before? Yeah. Well, we all kind of saw this game going this way, right? And with Yariel Rodriguez on the mound, who has been royally struggling his last little while, he only went 3 innings today. I kind of mentioned it in the video earlier that I thought maybe they'd go a little bit of a shorter leash on him and then have Yarborough back him up. That's exactly what happened. He only threw, 30? Let me find it here. 57 pitches in 3 innings of work, and he gets yanked out. Ryan Yarbrough is just doing his thing as a Blue Jays, just shut out baseball, and then they went to the bullpen after that. But then you saw the starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays, and we were all like, oh yeah, this is probably going to be a loss. It's one of those punt lineups where you really don't care. It's more or less just to get some day off for some guys. No Vladimir Guerrero Jr., no George Springer, no Alejandro Kirk. And the lineup looked like this. Nathan Lucas leading off with Ernie Clement, Spencer Horwitz, Addison Barger, Leo Jimenez, Joey Loperfido, Davis Schneider, Luis De Los Santos, Brian Servin. There's your 1 through 9. And also a stat put out by the Sportsnet Stats on Twitter. The starting 9 batters for the Toronto Blue Jays. 487 career MLB games. That's nuts. That is the fewest for a starting lineup in club history. And the fewest by any team in the big leagues since the Cubs did it October 2nd, 1972. Talk about a punt lineup and really not caring about today's ball game. Because that's what you showed today. With the loss, the Jays now fall to 67 and 72, 5 games under 500. But it started out great. Top of the first inning, second batter of the game, Ernie Clement takes one deep to left. It's gone. Solo shot for Ernie, his 11th home run of the season. And his just really good year overall continues. Right? He had just shade under 700 OPS going into play today. Obviously, the home run definitely helps that. I think he had a single as well. So good on him for that. But we got to fast forward now to we'll go to the bottom of the 7th in a second. But can we talk about Leo Jimenez and that ridiculous catch that he made? Diving into the first row, through the meshing, makes the play. And God, I wish that Addison Barger throwing out Austin Martin at the plate really counted, but it didn't. Obviously, the ball was out of play. Play is dead. He made the play. Great. He's out, but runner gets that one base, and that's it. So unfortunately, it was just the fielder's choice. Now, they ended up not scoring. He runs there, so it's fine. But we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and again, this is where you look at the scenario like, okay, if we weren't playing, random guys, we'd be maybe okay. Royce Lewis walks to lead off the inning. They bring in Brendan Little. It strikes out Max Kepler. Great stuff. And then he gets Brooks Lee to ground to third base, and you're thinking you got a double play or at least a guy out at second base and have a guy at first with 2 out. We're in good shape. Hey, airmails. Luis Dos Santos airmails Leo Jimenez at second base into, right field. So Royce Lewis is now at third base, runners in the corners with only 1 out. Very different situation. Carlos Santana, it's a little dribbler to third. De Los Santos gets the out at first base, I believe. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, gets the out at first base, and Royce Lewis scores, and we're tied. It's like, with a lineup like that, it's not looking good. You got to make the defensive plays behind them, and that's a big play, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Right? Then we go to the top half of the 8th inning, and the wheels completely fall off for Griffin Jacks. He walks Nathan Lucas to lead off the inning. Ernie Clement hits a single to right field. And then, Spencer Horwitz drills one to center, but it was a nice play in center field. I thought it was going to burn him, and that would have been nice. Now you got runners in the corners because Lucas tags up and goes to third. Corners with 1 out. Ernie Clement steals, so you got a guy at second and third now with only 1 out for Addison Barger, and he draws a walk. And it was a really good plate appearance because he gets the full count. It was a 3-0 count, gets full. And I'm sitting there watching Barger, and I'm like, Barger, look off speed. He's not going to throw you his fastball. It's a fastball count, full count, yes. But you have Leo Jimenez on base, or on deck, sorry. You're not afraid of him with the bat. So with a base open to Addison Barger, who can make some damage happen, you're probably going to see an off speed. So look for the changeup. Now, the ball was very low, but it was a changeup, and he walks to load the bases. First pitch, Leo Jimenez gets hit by a pitch, and Jays score a run that way. Lucas comes in. Leo Jimenez is taking a beating out there, diving in the stands, and then getting hit with like 98 from Griffin Jackson. It was like the tricep area. Just hammered all over the place. And then Joey Loperfido hits a little chopper up the middle. He gets out at first base, but Run comes in to score. You'll now lead at 3-1. We're like, okay, you got a 2-run lead now going into the bottom of the 8th. They decide to go to Chad Green in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and he gets Matt Waller to pop out to Luis de los Santos, 1 away. Ryan Jeffers singles, then Austin Martin singles, bringing up Royce Lewis, who has done nothing but damage Blue Jay fans in the past. He did last year against Gosman in the wild card series. And he takes one deep to left, and it goes literally as shallow as can be, but just enough to leave the ballpark in the flower bed right in front of the seats. But it was in the front part of the flower bed. Whatever. 3-run shot, and you're down, and you go to the 9th, and it's Duran facing. Well, who the hell is he facing? Top of the lineup, or let me just do that in air quotes for you, right? Or sorry, he faced 8 and 9 first. Luis de los Santos, Brian Servant, who got actually hit by a pitch. Nathan Lucas hit a little dribbler. Man, that was close at first base. Ernie Clement flies out in the ballgame. Whatever. I will say this, and I've said it a lot of times in these videos. Enjoy the wins for what they are, right? 15-0 yesterday. Enjoy the hell out of it. The losses, don't let it dwell on it. Don't dwell on it. Don't think too much about it, because at this point of the year, what does it really matter, right? So enjoy the wins for what they are. Enjoy the positive narratives. And I got a couple for you that I want to talk about. First off, Ernie Clement continues to rake. He's hitting .261. The on base is .284 because he just swings the bat a ton. But it's his 11th home run on the season. And going into this year, albeit a lot more at-bats, right? This is the most at-bats he's ever had by almost triple in his career. But the most home runs he's had in a season is 3. Back in 2021, where he had 133 plate appearances. So it's not saying much. But he has 11 bombs this year. So good on him for Ernie. I love what we're seeing. Other than that, offensively, you got nothing. You had 3 hits total. 3. Right? Ernie had 2 of them, and Loperfido had a single. It was an RB and had an RBI. But that's it. You had nothing going offensively after having 15 runs on 23 hits yesterday. You just kind of expected that, right? Bailey Ober is a good pitcher. And going up against this Jays lineup that looks more or less like the Buffalo Bison's lineup, I get it. I do. Pitching-wise, Yariel Rodriguez, he battled. He didn't allow any runs over 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, walked 2, struck out 3 guys, is in danger most of the time, but he was able to get out of it. And Ryan Yarbrough, like I mentioned, just doing his thing. 2 1/3, no base runners, no strikeouts, just clean stuff all day long. Zach Pott went at 2/3 of an inning, allowed a run and a walk. Obviously, the run was the complete shank of an error from Luis de los Santos, so you can't blame Zach Pop on that. Brendan Little, 2/3 of an inning, had a strikeout and a walk and nothing more. Tommy Nance came in to face one guy, got him to strike out. And unfortunately, Chad Green went an inning, allowed 3 hits, 3 runs. The 3-run shot, had a strikeout, but that's all she wrote for Chad Green. So a tough one for him, but look, late inning relievers, right? You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. He's going to have mistakes. It's unfortunate it was in the 8th and not the 9th. Well, actually, no, it would have been, I guess I'd rather it be in the 8th and not have it be a walk-off 3-run shot, I guess. But that's the end of that series, and Jays fans, we finally get a freaking off day. Tomorrow, the Jays are off on Labor Day, and then they start, I think it's a 2-gamer, right? 2-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies back at Rogers Center. Chris Bassitt versus who? Tyler Phillips. Never heard of him. He has not been very good this year whatsoever. In the 36 innings, in the area of 5.5. That's pretty ugly stuff. I don't know if that's actually the matchup, but that's what it says on the score. Christopher Sanchez goes in the next one against Bowden Francis. That, I think, is the big test for a lot of Blue Jay fans. The Red Sox, fine. I don't think they had Devers in that lineup. And obviously all the other stars. Well, you're going up there against one of the best offenses in all of baseball, right? They're 6th in runs, 5th in hits, 4th in average, 6th in OBP, 7th in slugs, 6th in OPS, 9th in home runs, 5th in stolen bases. They crush baseballs. And for Bowden Francis, let's see how he does. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game today, because, whatever. It was kind of boring. But hit the like button. If you appreciate it, hit the subscribe button. If you guys not done so already, comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course, TikTok is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. Jays edition, game 1 of the 2-game set against Philly at Rogers Center. Tyler Phillips, Chris Bassitt is the matchup at 7:07 at Rogers Center. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game at all today. Talk to you guys then.